Good day, good evening, happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everyone is staying safe out here in the Northeast. We're having some snow today, so hope everyone is staying safe and making sure that everything is all right. Okay, so welcome. This is Shireen, Legacy Advanced Care Planning. Okay, so today we're just going to be reviewing some frequently asked questions about advanced care planning and what all that means, okay? And one of those is, why is this important? Okay, why is advanced care planning important? Okay, so advanced care planning is important because it ensures that your values, wishes, right, are used to guide your decision making for your medical care, okay, if you're unable to communicate them, okay? It speaks for you when you cannot speak for yourself. And as far as it relates to your caregivers and those that are assigned to speak for you, it reduces a lot of the stress for your loved ones and provides clarity. Okay, it provides a lot of clarity during those very critical moments. Okay, when there are a lot of split decisions, right? Quick decisions that needs to be made. These decisions are already written down. Okay, these decisions are already assigned to a specific person. Okay, so there's someone to speak on your behalf. All right, and there's some explanation written down by you in your words as to what you want. Okay, so it gives a lot of clarity to what you may want and what your desires are in those times that unfortunately some of us may end up needing someone to speak on our behalves. Okay. Another one is, what if my loved one just don't want to talk about this? And that's a big one, right? Because it's a grim topic. I've spoken about this before. It's a grim topic. It is really not something that anyone wants to talk about. Why? Because it stirs up a lot of sometimes fear, grief, anger, and a lot of anxiety for people, right? No one wants to think about your mom not being here, father not being here, your children, or any of your family members facing death or critical illness. It's very, very hard topic to think about, okay? So it's a very trying topic, and it's something that is often avoided because of that reason, okay? Out of fear and just sheer discomfort. Okay, so to get these topics started, we start off, kind of gentle with little openers. If you see something on TV, you're watching those medical shows that we all like so much, things like that, when nothing's really going on in your life, that's critical, you start a conversation like that. Okay? You're watching those shows. What if something like that were to happen? What do you think you would do? What would you want to do in those situations? Some of these very non-confrontational conversation starters can be, you might think, are not significant, but they can be something that you use to start a conversation with your loved ones that can then develop into advancing to having someone being designated as a proxy, and even going on to assigning a person and also writing out an advance directive. Okay, and we emphasize that the conversation is all about having the comfort and the wishes of that individual put in writing and memorialized so that they can be carried out when the person cannot speak for themselves. So we do emphasize that even though it's a grim topic, it's really in the best interest of that individual. And I mentioned healthcare proxy, and the role of the healthcare proxy, right, is someone that you trust, right? That's a big one, because we don't want someone speaking of ourselves for us when we don't trust them, right? That makes sense, correct? Okay, that person, their role is to make decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so, right? And that person should understand your values and your preferences. Okay? All right? So these are the things that we're going to be keep talking about, keep bringing the conversation, and keep just dialoguing with our families and making sure that we keep that conversation going and just loving on each other and making sure that even though it's uncomfortable, we don't want to end up in situations where we have a crisis, and in the midst of that crisis, we are all left without any kind of guidance as to what our loved one wanted, because we never even broached a conversation. Okay, so sit down, talk about it. It doesn't have to be so formal, right? Because that might be a little scary. It can be very casual. We can just come up by watching TV, a little conversation here or there, but over time, bring it up, write it down, memorialize what's going on, memorialize their wants, needs, values, preferences, and all of that, and keep going. Okay? So from us here at Legacy HCP, we want to say happy Sunday, stay safe, let them take care of the roads before we get out there, and take care everyone, and be safe. Okay? Bye-bye.